6. We've got smoke. 5, 4, 3. We've got ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. We've got RIP takeoff. Welcome all to another edition of the Self Love Show. Chi-Town, you can cue the show when you're ready. This is the curious sounds of revelations, unpacked. Strange things are afoot on planet Earth out there. Check for sound. And you guys, please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Show starts in 3 minutes. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the Self Love Show.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child, for said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
And even in this instance, if I could be a service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
Please like, share, and subscribe. We start in 1 minute. 1 minute. Please repost this link. Repost, please.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Big ups, big ups, big ups, big ups. Kill your camera, bro. Big ups. Welcome to another edition of the Self Love Show. And get kill your camera, bro. I think we're gonna get this kicked off here with the music. Self love, vision. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, and as we say, TATN. That's right. This is your co-host, 9 Millie. All praise due to the ancestors, the Most High, and my most beloved Mama Sky. Rest up. Tonight, we're going to explore the strange and mysterious sounds that have been heard by many around the world. Some call them the hum, the sky trumpets, or revelation sounds. What are they? Where are they from? And what do they mean? In today's podcast, we're going to investigate these questions. We'll also share some of the most intriguing and eerie recordings from these sounds for you that's been captured by people from different countries and continents. Join us as we dive into the humming mystery and discover if this is a natural phenomenon, a man-made tin hat conspiracy theory, or a sign of the end times. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another edutaining episode of the Self Love Show. These are lessons, not lectures. We live and we in living color on Tuesday, October 24, 2023 at approximately 6:34 in the shy. And as always, you spirits can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here together. Yeah. Shot down, bear down, what down, brother Wordsmith. What you manifesting today, sir?
Love, man. You know me. I'm manifesting self-love.
Same here, bro.
Manifesting, bro.
Man, pure, magnificent, unfettered, unfiltered. Some say harsh, many say tough, but love just the same. So what's been going on in your neck of the shot, bro?
Well, this weekend was the homecoming at U of I. I know it was a great time.
Did they win?
I don't even know. I didn't even get to make it and was working. So, just didn't get it done. Didn't look at it. But I know a great time was had by all. It was the Black Alumni Association also had their thing.
Yeah.
I know it had to be fun. I ain't really talked to nobody who's been there yet, but
All right. Yeah, it's got to be love. So what to expect on today's show? We always have the Self Love Show quote of the day. We got our More Growth and Development platform video. That's what we stand on, more growth and development. And then, of course, Tattoo Tyranny. We're going to run a short clip, video clip, and unpack it. We're going to react to it, decide if we like it, or if we think everybody should be fired and thrown in jail, meaning law enforcement in particular. And, of course, we have our dome teaser. Your mind is an awful thing to waste. So we'll present to you a nice little riddle, and then we'll give you to the end of the show to solve it. Unless, of course, Brother Wordsmith is normal, nor as he normally does, solves it before then. But we'll still make you wait for the answer because we don't expect anyone in the chat to come up with these, although people have been successful. So big ups to you guys for your participation and exercising your brains. And then, of course, we have our topic, the curious sounds of revelations. We're going to unpack that today. We're going to get that unpacked. And then my personal favorite part of the show, we wrap it up with Wordsmith's final words. And that's where Brother Wordsmith summarizes the whole thing in a bit of prose.
no doubt.
All right, man. So Brother Raynard Hall has passed away. Rest his soul. The funeral is Saturday?
Yeah.
All right.
28 from 12 to 7. It's at the quarry on 75th, right off Kingston.
All right. Rest up, good brother. Rest up. Did you have any other announcements?
Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, share far and wide. Let's get these subscribers up.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. Yeah, and smash that damn like button. Quit playing. All right, so we got the curious sounds of revelations unpacked today. Phone lines are open. That number is 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Troll free.
Once again, 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Absolutely, positively troll free.
That's right. Troll free. We'll make you what?
Famous.
Trolls get what?
Holes around here, homie.
I will be your huckleberry. So
let's go viral.
wanna try me, wanna troll me, trying to troll me, and you're trying to dox my whole family, and you wanna troll me and troll me, wanna dox my whole family. All right, small ups to the trolls, huh? So
Man, no ups. Give them the business.
yeah, we're gonna give them the business. We're gonna give them the business. So this is an interesting topic. You guys, as always, it's an entertaining experience, but enough of my yapping. I'm gonna turn it over to this noob so he can handle business.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. As Nine said, show the curious sounds of revelation unpacked. Let's talk about it. As always, we have a very important video, the Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we are building the Self Love Nation off of. And before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. If you want to know the end, look at the beginning. If you want to know the end, look at the beginning. That's an African proverb. And check out the Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number one, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number two, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And three, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. And number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Yes. Yes. Well said. And well done. Good brother. Yeah, we got Coach Moultrie out in the chat. Said America is watching. And we got the good noob Santos De La Rosa in the building.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Thank you for your support, Noob.
I used to roll my tongues, boy. They taught me that. I think it was the first grade. Yeah, it might have been at race school. Everybody was impressed I could roll my tongues. I'd go around and just roll my tongues for the adults. Spanish. You know what I mean? I wish I had developed that and kept doing it. You know what I mean? Because the kids can make all those sounds. You know what I mean? You know,
we can
sounds. Yeah, yeah.
It takes a little more time and to get it in there. Get it in there. Boing it in there.
Well, they say that the melanated, the structure of our big tongue and big lips, and we're lazy the way we talk. I mean, that's what they say. You know, I'm just telling you the science.
Yeah, I'm appalled with they. They can get the middle finger.
Absolutely. And if y'all didn't catch it, last week we covered, are we in the dawn of World War III? Interesting.
Lots of information.
Interesting.
Full. Telling you, y'all, you're doing yourself a great service if you go ahead, check it out. Check it out.
Yeah. You can have it running in the background, you know, while you're doing things. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys know what the topic is today. Our the curious sounds of Revelations Unpacked. But self-love. Did you see, it may be tattoo tyranny, emu wrangling tyranny. Emu.
You know, I stay pretty much unplugged, and this time I think I'm pretty much safe to say that no, I didn't see this.
Is this the same emu from the insurance? Yeah, I know you're from the insurance commercials. But we'll see.
Emus are goofy and lovable creatures. In the USA, we usually see them munching away at safari parks. But this emu named Richard was a pet and a celebrity in her neighborhood.
We thought it was a boy, and then she laid an egg.
Stephanie Moylan says she got Richard as a gift.
At first, I was not so sure about it, and then within a week, I was like,
Richard.
I love this bird. She's so
Probably calls
cute.
him Dick.
Only one problem with Richard. She'd sometimes jump out of her enclosure and take off. But she always came home.
It's just such a nice day out. We had to go for a walk.
People know
the
Richard
female
in the
Richard.
neighborhood, and they know she's gentle,
But
and
they
she
said
usually
they
doesn't
thought
go
it was
very
a-
far.
Last
Boy,
week,
until
she
it
got
laid
out
an egg.
again. This time,
Oh,
a neighbor
okay.
called the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office in Arizona. You could see a deputy getting a lasso on her. Then the emu was dragged over to the police vehicle.
This
What
jackass.
happened next has left Stephanie shaken.
You can see in the video her neck being constricted and pulled against
Look at this.
her will. They continued
What
to
the-
do this and strangle her and
Got
torture her
this
to
drop
death
dead gorgeous lady crying.
while they try and force her into the back of a squad
yeah,
car.
you
Is
know.
he dead? I don't think he's
Oh, no.
breathing anymore.
Watching the video was so hard. Richard was just walking.
I'd love to hear a reaction to the George Floyd video.
to her or to anyone
Man.
else.
The sheriff's office tells Inside Edition deputies analyzed the situation and took into consideration that the emu had been loose before and had previously kicked a deputy in the leg. They attempted getting the emu out of the neighborhood unharmed, but unfortunately, they were unsuccessful. Stephanie wishes the situation would have been handled differently.
I would hope that they would never treat another animal so harshly and cruelly.
There you go. America's finest out there, huh? ELM, Emu Lives Matter.
They probably should have got somebody that, is trained to handle animals.
Well, he is trained to handle animals. You and me. That's what they do. That's what their training is, to treat everything like that. Get in the car. He won't get in the car. He's resisting. The emu's resisting. I got a grip. I'm going to put a rope around this skinny neck. I mean, come on. Who drew that up?
A complete idiot.
And did you see Barbie just crying? Poor thing. Did she cry like that when she watched George Floyd and all the others?
Probably
we don't
not.
know. Well, we don't know. We're not going to assume what's in her heart.
Probably not. Don't know what's in her heart.
Coach said emu doesn't have a mustache. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. So is that tyranny? I mean, does the emu have rights? Because the emu lives matter. You know what I mean?
Tyranny. I think they could have handled it different. They killed the animal. They didn't have a right to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's yeah.
It's excessive force. It's animal cruelty and brutality at minimum. Like, was the emu a danger? I was lucidly paying attention.
It kicked the deputy's leg before.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, they handled it. They know he had been loose before and he had kicked the deputy.
Are you serious? So he got an alert when they called it in.
Warning. We're gonna get this one.
Warning, this is an attack. This one has attacked this animal has attacked cops in the past.
Yeah.
And, normally that's stuff like not letting them smash your face into their car. Yeah.
Crappy list,
Yeah, I'm going with tyranny just for the simple fact that Karen, did you see that? Did you see her cry?
Oh no, I don't care about that part.
All right. Drop dead gorgeous. And I think Coach agrees. He says, Mochi says, Pinky loves animals. That's right. Animal lives matter.
Turn my stomach a little bit. Drop dead gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh.
All right. We don't want to, have this guy, chuck his dinner. The curious sounds of revelations out there Unpacked. Phone lines are troll free and they're open. That number's pinned in the chat. So we agree with it's tyranny. Do you guys think it's tyranny? Do animals have rights? Animal. So go ahead and put that down in your in the chat. Capital T for tyranny, and put a thumb because that's up your bum.
I have more rights than us animal rights activists. Those activists be out there.
Liberals. Yeah, they're usually liberals. Thumbs up your bums. You guys put a thumb in there if you don't think it's tyranny. And that represents the thumb that's up your foot.
Bum.
That's 100%, 100% right. All right. So pink crime out there. Doesn't happen, yet there are pink people in jail somehow. This one, Self, did you see it went video? It's recent. Nearby you, out of NBC Chicago, fair use. Savage landlord. There's a landlord set, like the Vice Lords.
Okay.
Savage landlords. You ain't heard about that?
Not sure.
Developing now, this heartbreaking final farewell today in Bridgeview for the 6-year-old boy stabbed to death in what police say was a hate crime. Prosecutors say Wadia Al-Fayoumi and his mother were attacked by their landlord because they were Muslim. Wadia's mom survived, but she remains hospitalized right now. And Wadea was described today as a loving boy who loved soccer, basketball, Legos, and the playground. We are also learning much more about the man who is accused in this crime. He had his first court appearance today.
NBC5's Kate Chappell has that part of the story.
A memorial is growing outside the home where police say a 6-year-old boy and his mother were attacked by their landlord.
I wanted the family to know that somebody cares.
Plainfield police responded to the home Saturday morning and found Hanan Shaheen and her son Wadea stabbed multiple times.
17 states landlord is killing her baby with a knife.
Joseph Chuba is charged with 8 felonies and Monday faced a judge for the first time. He's accused of stabbing the boy 26 times, his mother more than a dozen. According to prosecutors, Shaheen and her son have lived in the house for 2 years. They rent 2 rooms from Chuba, who also lives inside with his wife, Mary. Shaheen told police the day started normal, but later Chuba knocked on her door and said he was angry at her for what was going on in Jerusalem. Shaheen, who's Palestinian, told police she responded, "Let's pray for peace," before he attacked her with a knife. She says she locked herself in a bathroom to call police and didn't come out until they arrived. Shaheen also told police Chuba is an angry man who abuses and screams at his wife. Mary Chuba was also interviewed by police and told them Joe listens to conservative talk radio on a regular basis and has been heavily interested in the events that have recently occurred in Israel. She also said he was concerned about the National Day of Jihad and wanted Shaheen and her son to move out. Chuba does not have a significant criminal record. In court, his public defender told the judge Chuba is a veteran and has been diagnosed with cancer. Calling him a threat to the community, a judge denied pretrial release. Chuba has 2 weeks to appeal that decision. He'll be back in court October 30th. In Plainfield, Kate Chappell, NBC5 News.
Hey, you can't give him bail.
Man, can't give him bail. Hell no. He's gonna die in prison.
Yeah. So he was getting his programming, probably some of that wacky conservative radio.
Yeah. H. Moultrie.
Yeah. It's not right to attack anyone unless you are attacked. Yeah, I mean, that's self-defense. You know, that's self-defense. You know,
that was murder. Murder.
Facts.
6-year-old boy, 20 times. No way he gets out.
No. He's a veteran, huh? Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. All right. So it does happen, you know, and happens in Chicago because all of the crime that's always put out there on the television set is always us at our worst.
This is in Plainfield.
Yeah, stabbed a baby. Rest the baby so.
Man.
Yes. Savage. All right. We'll move on. The curious sounds of revelations out there. Unpacked. Phone lines are open. It's pinned in the chat. You can, text it. All right. Yeah, smash that like button. So let's go ahead with today's dome teaser before we get on topic, and I will put it in the chat so you guys can process like Bilbo Baggett. Bilbo Baggett got us a victory out there. He was processing. Hey, he was processing. Drop dead gorgeous too. He had all them tattoos on him. Boy, he looks like he crawled out of a trailer park.
Great game plan, that's for sure.
Like he crawled out of a trailer
for
park.
most of the game.
Yes.
Outstanding game plan.
Oh, I predicted it. That it would be a quarterback friendly game plan instead of having him stand back there like he's Aaron Rodgers. Process.
Yeah.
Get the backs involved. I said Foreman was a dog from the beginning, our hardest running back.
I'm like, all these healthy scratches. What was that about?
What was that about? But I knew he was gonna I gotta do this. It won't let me type all of this in here, so let's see. But I knew he was a dog, but enough of that. You guys, this riddle's in the chat. It's 2 parts. And I predicted the quarterback controversy right in after his first preseason game. It's right here. It's all there. All time happens at once. He said that.
Yeah, I said that he better not let him get on the field. but I still don't see it as a controversy. Now, if he wins next week,
You said he's got a popcorn arm.
he does.
But I love his interviews. Did you hear him? He said, I believe that, I saw a video. He does meditations. This is before he got started in position. He's been doing all that visualizing, cold water treatments.
I listened to his interview. I know it's way off topic, but I listened to his interview, and he said that he started all 4 years in high school, all 4 years in college. And so he's had plenty of time, and he's seen pretty much everything. So he's had a lot of time to process. And then he went to one of the quarterback coach gurus.
Yeah.
I can't think of what his name or whatever, but he's worked with a lot of the quarterbacks. And
the kid can play, and,
yes, he went to a camp and saw that he could really play with everybody there. You know what I mean?
I always said we need to have a quarterback in development. I wouldn't get rid of him unless, something came, but he's nice to have in your hip pocket.
Yeah.
Process.
I hope they don't bring all 12 in the box though.
Yeah, but he said it's like he's been watching the show. He said all things are happening at the same time, the past, the present, and the future. He said that. And in the media, the meatheads in the media they didn't, dive into it. Yeah, I was gonna put my tin hat on. I'm like, oh yeah, this kid, he's processing. And I'm gonna tell you something. The negative I got on Justin Fields, his dad's a cop.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be a cop. If there's any kids out there, it's a bad thing to be a bad cop. But the riddle is, here's the riddle. 2 men are in a desert. They both have backpacks on. One of the guys is dead. The guy who is alive has his backpack open, and the guy who is dead has his backpack closed. What's in the dead man's backpack? Once again, 2 men are in a desert. They both have backpacks on. One of the guys is dead. The guy who is alive has his backpack open, and the guy who is dead has his backpack closed. What's in the dead man's backpack? Give you guys a chance to matriculate. Yeah. Coach said his dad's a cop. He's a sergeant. Yeah, probably training. Raise this guy to be disciplined, and you know how.
Listen to all those coaches.
Yes, and had these blinders on, and they tell me to stand there and look at him, they tell me they want me to get it to Mooney, so I'm going to stand in here and try to get it to Mooney. You know what I mean? And instead of just playing football, But all right, we'll give you guys a chance to matriculate on that. Self Love doesn't have an immediate thumbs up. I know H. Moultrie has no shot in hell of solving this. If Fox was out there and Tucker Carlson was out there, and he could probably solve it, but Coach can't. All right, make me a believer, Coach. Use AI. All right, but enough of the appetizer, Self Love.
Let's quench the Self Love Nation's thirst.
All right, we don't have a promo video set up, so we'll go ahead and jump into the Curious Sounds of Revelations Unpacked. We're going to play some of these sounds for you later, pickups to the Y-Files. They recorded some on their channel. You guys might want to check out the Y-Files. Great storyteller. I believe he's a spook, but you know what I mean? It's a good spook. I've said it right here on this show. There's good spooks and there's what?
Bad spook. Well, no, there's no good spooks. Well, yeah, I guess there are. Yeah. And they're horrible spooks, and then they're kind of spooky. Yeah. It's kind of hard to say good spooky, but they're better spooks than the others.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe there's some good people who are spooks, but I don't know. So yeah, but let's get in it. First, I wanted to kind of just briefly talk about the book of Revelations. It was written by John, but it wasn't the same John. It was allegedly John the Baptist, or it was John. Okay. It's in the end of the Bible. It's the last book of the Bible, as it is. Revelation, Self. What's your thoughts on Revelations? Give it to me raw.
It's said to be talking about the end of the world, the rapture, and what's going to happen, describing the sounds that happen, what's going to happen, where, and how many are going to survive, and things of that nature. And talks about the beast, the 7 heads. It's a bunch of 7s, which is surprising because they try to make us think that 6 is a bad number. And it's a bunch of 7s in there. Describing the end of the world. 7 trumpets, beast with 7 heads, so 7 winds, 7. It's a bunch of 7s. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
even think of them all.
interesting. You said the 7 trumpets, and trumpets
Yeah, the
make
sound.
noise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the wind too, and the water too. Is crashing of waves. 7 crashes of waves. It's
Now, I should say that it's not the last book of the Bible. It's the last book of the New Testament. Wasn't part of original scripture, Torah, or just want to point that out there. And I think there was some have speculated that John
definitely
was
wasn't, because Torah is the
off
first 5
mushrooms.
books.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But, who was this John? I mean, that's a whole another show.
Completely different show. Because
yeah.
In fact, who are all these guys in the Bible? There's first name only.
Well, nobody had last names. Again, Smith. Your family was Smiths. Mine were at the Mills. You know what I mean? That's or the what I'm saying. Not my family necessarily, but Mochi said what's happening. He said water. No, the answer to the riddle was not water.
Something from somewhere. You know what I mean? They would say where they're from. It was an identifier.
Coach said what's happening right now in the Middle East is the sign of the end of the world. Yeah, we kind of discussed that last week, Coach. Key countries: Iran, China, and Russia. Well, I knew Iran was a key country.
Where'd you learn that, Fox?
Yeah, Fox. He's got Fox in his twat. But the what I know is they had a list that the Nation of Islam put out years ago, and it listed all these countries that weren't part of the world banking system. And said that those countries would be toppled off one by one. And let me tell you something, those Libya was one. All those countries got named our enemies. We don't need you. We're going to do our own banking and pay our own people and control our own money. Oh, you're the devil. You're a monster. You're a criminal. But Revelations describes the end times, the second coming of Christ specifically. It's one of the most prominent features in the book. The book's usage of sounds, especially trumpets, to announce events that will unfold. According to Revelation, 7 angels will sound 7 trumpets, one at a time, to cue apocalyptic events seen by John of Patmos in his vision. The 7 trumpets are described in detail from Revelation chapters 8 to 11. The first trumpet causes hail and fire mixed with blood to be thrown to the earth, burning up 1/3 of the trees and all green grass. All right, what could that be, Self? Hail and fire mixed with blood to be thrown to the earth, burning up 1/3 of the trees and all of your green grass. What does that sound like to you?
Meteor.
or nuclear.
Yeah. Sounds more like a meteor to me though, but I get the nuclear too.
Yeah. 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 Meteor says thrown to the earth. So yeah, does sound like a meteor from the thrown to the earth part. The second trumpet causes something like a great mountain burning with fire to be thrown into the sea, turning a third of the sea into blood, killing a third of the living creatures in the sea, and destroying a third of the ships. He was in that. He was off that ayahuasca.
Quite
I
possibly.
probably could have. Yeah, I could have smoked one with John and Patmos.
Man, that sounds like volcano. I mean, multiple or whatever that big one is they talk about so much.
The one that's right under Yellowstone.
Yeah. Yes.
Just blow the old top off of that. Just yeah, that's why it's steaming. Psst, psst, psst.
And
Yeah.
it runs like the time clock.
Yeah.
Most geysers don't.
Yeah. Supposedly it's happened too. And billions of years ago. Yet man wasn't even a thought. We were still crawling around in the ocean on all fours.
That was them. We were here.
He says an unknown forest fire because they are devastating as the Californians. Yeah, they went a little further than California this year. Those fires could be caused by lasers being shot from
the sky. There were fires all over the world. Wow. In Hawaii, while that thing was going on in Hawaii, everybody was focused on that. It was at least 100 other huge fires.
Or you could find you some young Pookies, Pablos, Ray Rays, or Dakotas, right? And young ones, they might be on MEP, popping pills, whatever they might be doing, and pay them to go out there and what? Light a match, start a fire.
Point it.
Point
Put some gas on it, point it to the ground.
12 might pick them up and say, hey, listen, you like to burn things up, and no one's judging you, right? Or the spook picks them up. We can make all this go away.
Some gas, here's some money.
Yeah.
Here's some matches.
Yes. We'll drop these charges. You just have to point it for us.
Point it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're not making this up. It could happen. We ask questions. Now, the third trumpet causes a great star named Wormwood. The third trumpet causes a great star named Wormwood to fall from heaven, poisoning a third of the rivers and springs of water. What was this guy smoking? A great star could be a ship.
Yeah, could be. Could be a star. No, a star? No, couldn't be a star.
Yeah, a great star in his mind from those times.
Yeah, it's a meteor.
Yeah. Yeah, could be a meteor. Asteroid, meteor. The fourth trumpet causes a third of the sun, moon, and stars to be darkened out there, reducing light by a third. That sounds like some sort of eclipse.
Well, they said when a meteor hit the earth before that it put all that debris in the air and you couldn't see. There was no sunlight.
Yeah. Great thought.
For some time.
No, great thought. But, Self, we're not saying we're flat earthers. But how does that work in a dome? Okay, this dust is in the air on this dome. The sun is off here somewhere, and the dust is here. Down here out there should be darkness, but it should be no what?
Dust.
No dust.
Well,
should be
it's
no
an
dust.
atmosphere. It's an atmosphere, and what gets in the air can go all over the place, such as the
so you're saying the dust is inside the
California fires and all that shit here. Yeah. And definitely in the firmament.
It has to be a firmament. If you're gonna tell me there's a globe, then there's got to be a what?
A
formula.
firmament.
Yeah, the ancients have talked about it. Okay.
No, they didn't talk about a globe though. They just talked about the firmament.
Yeah.
The ancients.
Yeah, that's true. What did they know? They were crawling around on all fours in
They
caves.
knew way more than we do. I'll tell you that.
And they didn't even have sewer systems, and
yes, they
how to
did.
bathe
And they
do
built
science.
pyramids and all of aqueducts.
They didn't
all
know
kinds of
they
shit.
couldn't time the stars. All right. Now the fifth trumpet causes a star to fall from heaven to earth, opening the bottomless pit. Opening the bottomless pit. Now that sounds like CERN. And releasing a horde of locusts that have power to torment people for months. The sixth trumpet causes 4 angels to be released from the Euphrates River, leading an army of 200 million horsemen that will kill a third of mankind with fire, smoke, and brimstone. Now, it sounds like they've been saying people are living under the water, or creatures or beings, and they could just come out through the Euphrates. This is what I'm thinking. They're calling them angels because they have flying crafts that they're using. Fire, smoke, and brimstone. They're just blowing shit up. That's what I'm saying. And the seventh trumpet causes loud voices in heaven to declare that the kingdom of the world has become the kingdom of God and his Christ, and that he will reign forever and ever. It also causes lightning, thunder, earthquakes, and great hail. Why is all this necessary?
I don't know. This all sounds
Why is
like
it necessary?
Project Bluebeam to me. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. I'm saying, Self, you're part of the creator, micro to the macro. Why is it necessary? Why would the creator put us through all of this? Why is it in the simulation? Like, what's this? Is it a game?
I don't think that it. I think that there are beings on this planet that's trying to make that book occur. I don't think it's natural. I don't think it's. I think that type of event can secure the planet for the elite and just be enough remnants of people to be, slaves to propagate what they got going on.
Yeah, kind of like those Georgia Guidestones. Somebody went and blew them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of that messaging.
Yeah.
Culling the sheep.
Some predictive programming where they're putting in everybody's head that this is what's going to occur.
Makes it easier to accept it and lay down.
Yeah, when they do the
culling of the sheep.
psyop with the aliens.
Coach says Hawaii was set on purpose. Yeah, it's like the Chicago fire.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
all those fires all over the place was set on purpose.
Yeah. Allegedly, in our opinion.
In my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not allegedly though, because
now the book also talked about other sounds that accompany some of the events, and you were kind of going into it, voices, thunder, lightnings, earthquakes, roars, shouts, songs, harps, and praises. These sounds serve to emphasize the power and glory of God, as well as the severity and urgency of his judgments. That's one thing I just, even as a youth, when they were programming all this down my throat, because the spirit of a child, you're like, well, why would God have any need to do any of this?
Yeah.
To prove or have you have free will, and if you choose to accept me as your father, then you could be with me forever, and if you're not going to accept me as your father, then you on your own.
It doesn't make any sense to me, just personally. All right.
You know what I mean?
You never
They
did.
program it. They program it into you. You don't ask questions. It's just faith.
Like, why would God do that? That's the, don't you know, you do the wrong thing, and you saying God will send you to hell so fast, make your head spin.
You questioning, you
asking questions of God. Don't you know that's a sin? The rewards of sin is death.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. It's like, huh? Am I in the right place here? You know?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I'm trying to understand this, that you're programming into my, into my fresh brain out there.
It's not making any sense at all.
Absolutely.
Love, then what is all this?
It's the Self Love Show. That's what it is. It's all one big show. I'll cut it back up.
Yes, sir. You know how the story goes. It's the Self Love Show. Yo, Self Love Show. We getting down to the curious sounds of revelation, unpacked. We attacked what Revelations is, the book. Talked about some of the sounds and such. But we're going to get deeper and get into it in the second half. As always, we have some great videos for you to check out. And we'll be right back at you.
Oh, my beloved black brothers and sisters, I appeal to you this afternoon to reason. Look at Huey Newton and Eldridge Cleaver. Many of you love the Panther philosophy. You love to see a young black brother stand up and challenge the system. They were beautiful brothers, beautiful men who wanted liberation for black people. But Whitey there again infiltrated the Panther movement. And while many of the brothers and sisters were saying, right on, baby, right on, in the crowd was an agent of the United States government planning the destruction of the Panther Party. You live to see him put Huey and Eldridge against one another, bust the movement down the middle, and then break it up. And now they can talk about the Panther Party because they've destroyed it.
You know, we over East, man, we chilling, me and my homie. And so he was on the phone. So this is how they caught us sleeping, because he was on the phone. I'm coming out the liquor store. I go to the car. He's still hollering at his homeboy at the phone. He come from the payphone to hop in the car. And while he hopping in the car, I'm thinking he just, finna finish hollering at his homie. He said, man, Twitch just gonna get him what he want. Like, what do you mean just get him what he want? I look. Man, I'm talking about we probably had a 4.5 or whatever. The motherfucking barrel looked like the size of a peanut butter jar hole that day. Goddamn it, I was like, God damn. So my instincts, I got a little jewelry on, so I snatched my arm back a little bit. And he noticed I had, man, what you doing? And it looked like he was finna bang. Then that's when my guy was like, Twist, just gonna get to him. Then he heard him say, what, Twist? Then he realized it was me. And the same dude that was finna get me, he ended up telling me his rap name, broke it down to the knee, let my homie get in the car, sat there and spit a verse for me and everything, and let me go. Wow, that's what you call respect right there.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother, between us. Tori made me at Beta. And so, he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah.
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Noop, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
have it on
God.
order. You know, we so it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
When I was growing up, I was taught in American history books that Africa had no history, and neither did I. That I was a savage, about whom the less said the better, who had been saved by Europe and brought to America. And of course, I believed it.
And there's not going to be no killing without killing, gentlemen. With all due respect, definitely not going to be any killing without killing, you know. And I would like that to be clear for the record. I understand the fact that we got police in here. I wanted you to be here to understand what I said.
The world agrees. What you see is much bigger, cleaner, whiter, richer, safer than where you are.
And it bows to his will. Nothing is as rebellious as the white man. Everything that God says thou shalt not do, the white man says, gee whiz, buddy, it's all right. Come on, try it. You like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys are too rigid. You only live once, man. Come on. You know that Chuck talks like that. I'm talking about Bob. I'm talking about Bill. I'm talking about Larry. You know the guys I'm talking about. Now, listen, you acting like you don't know them. That's why we don't allow no white folks in here. Because if we had white folks in here, you'd be looking all behind you and wonder what Bob and Bill and Larry and Susie and Cindy might be thinking.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant.
hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
It's the Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. We do it for our people.
Yeah.
It's the Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show. To expose it.
There's no equal.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. We wordsmith
9 Mills.
The Self Luv Show. You know how the
Story go. It's the Self Luv Show. Welcome back to the curious sounds of revelation, Unpacked. You know, we had a good first half, and we were building. We're building. Now we're back, and we're about to finish this masterpiece.
It's the Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. We
do it for our people.
Hey, I agree. Nobody solved the riddle yet, but we did have some guesses. Moultrie said water. The riddle is 2 men are in a desert. They both have backpacks on. One of the guys is dead. The guy who is alive has his backpack open, and the guy who's dead has his backpack closed. Not a bad guess there, Corch. You're matriculating. Tucker Carlson will be proud of you. Oh, self-love vision.
Amberly's voice, is that what that says? Says nothing is in the bag.
And Amberly, thanks for processing, but again, that is not correct. Book of Revelation seemed like, to me, is something not yet known. I'm on the church council. I'm Lutheran. I am Lutheran, says H. Moultrie. You see, they want to extend Honolulu. They really want to make it a tourist attraction with an international airport back to Hawaii. Bears at Inglewood Chargers. Anyway. All right. So let's get into the evidence that we prepared for you guys. And stop the noise. Beautiful music. Tory Wordsmith, 9 Mills. All right. So evidence, you might say. What are they talking about? Noises. And I'm gonna get into have you heard something as well. Now, what do you know about these sounds, Self, that people are purporting to have been, to hearing all over the world? What's the nature of it?
Well, there's a humming sound. It's a low frequency, kind of monotone and constant. And they'll hear it for a while, and then they won't hear it for a while. All over the world. And some people have theorized that it is the machines that they're using to drill underground to make these bunkers and all these places, and to be able to travel underground.
And no, we'll get into the theories. And yes, many people around the world are reporting hearing strange low-pitched hum. It's persistent and invasive, but it's not audible to everyone. But it's not like one person saying, hey, I hear it, and nobody else is confirming it. The hum is often described as sounding like an idling diesel engine or droning bass from a subwoofer. It's just like under the matrix.
Yeah, most people hear, well, when they start off and they're born, they hear from like 20 hertz. 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. From 20 to 20,000. There are people that hear, outside of those ranges, but most people hear in that range. This frequency seems to be sub 20 degrees or very close to it. So it wouldn't be audible to everybody. Anyone that has any short of hearing at all, just by age even, some will not be able to hear it, perceive it at all.
So you're suggesting maybe all babies can hear it?
Not all, but most. Like some, they're deaf people born and all that too. So, and there's people that's born with hearing problems, but
yeah, but no,
not hearing problems. They should.
But no. I'm glad you brought up deaf people, because deaf people can hear the hum.
They feel it.
Whatever you want to call it, we all feel what we hear, but deaf people hear it. That's what I'm saying. It's that bizarre that someone who can't physically hear, can hear this hum, whereas they can feel a vibration of music, but they don't typically hear what we hear, which means it is a vibration. It's a vibration. But
it's a vibration. So,
correct. Correct. It's interesting. So the same percentage of deaf people hear it as the same percentage of those with if hearing can hear it. It's the same percentage. We'll get to that. And you were talking about different causes. Overall, it's unknown. Go ahead. No, but your theory is as plausible as any other.
Yeah.
Some sort of drilling going on.
Yeah. these machines, they kind of vibrate and melt the mass and creates big holes at a kind of a rapid speed, if you think about it. And it's, it's got to be vibrating to do that. So it needs to be vibrating at the same frequency of the land for it to nullify what is happening. And some people hear it and some don't. It's just some not gonna hear it. They, I don't know how far to go right here, but like, they say the 144 can hear it, 144,000.
Yeah. So some have speculated maybe it's some sort of noise pollution, seismic activity, electromagnetic radiation, could be mental, psychological. Yeah. They've tried to measure and locate this hum using various methods such as sound recording, surveys, and maps. There's a recent case of this hum occurring in 2018. There's a series of seismic signals were detected by earthquake monitoring agencies all over the world. The signals created a weird humming sound that lasted for up to 20 minutes. The origin of the signals was traced to a new underwater volcano. Self-mentioned volcano when we were talking about the trumpets that formed near the island of Mayotte in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, in this matrix, it could be a lot of different things.
Yeah. 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 I got something I want to share you guys now. It's just sound, so it should be the hum.
To be coming from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Just before midnight on March 17th, 2020, the people of Houston woke up to eerie sounds that seemed to be coming from the sky.
Creepy.
Even creepier, it sounded like music.
There's no machinery nearby or construction, so I have no idea where it's coming from. It's weird.
A few months.
All right. So
yeah, that sounds a lot like some horns.
It may be the largest mass UFO.
Yes. I hit the wrong button. Go ahead, bro. What was you saying?
I said it sounded a lot like some horns, like 2 or 3 different horns. The frequencies were
sighting ever witnessed over America.
Man, people should be able to hear that. Like normal people should be able to hear that.
2020, the people of Houston woke up to. A few months later, the same sounds were heard over the world. Denmark, Singapore, New Zealand, Ireland.
Yeah.
I mean, and we'll stop it there. Big ups to the Wi-Fi's. Y'all check out their channel. Oh, I thought I was on cam here. Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, I mean, you know, does sound like what you said. The predictive programming, the overplay for the underlay, because they allegedly dropped not allegedly, the pigs dropped a bomb on Project Operation Move, allegedly, because the neighbors were mad because they had speakers out and they were talking about dirty cops and playing music and reggae, playing their music, blaring it all through the quiet community, and they bombed them for that. You're going to tell me that there's a subset of someone that can do that and they haven't been bombed out there? Nobody's finding them? You can't trace that?
Not sure. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure what it is and the point of origin, especially when people think that the Earth's a ball and it's solid all the way to the core. And so I don't know where it's coming from. I would think it needs a medium to go through. So, seems like it's coming from in the planet, or it could be outside the planet and vibrating the planet.
This is stuff the ancients had answers to. People say they were wacky and they invented all these gods and all this folklore, but they were sitting around there without the distractions of noise pollution, without the distractions of light pollution, right? So sitting around there being amongst nature and living off the land and with the land. And
they still could have light. There's ways to make natural light with not burning or whatever.
What's that?
The technology, you're right. They had using nature, and they had lights.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're sitting around and they can hear this sound. What I'm saying is you got to come up with something. They came up with something. You had to go in that hut, that teepee, the big tent. You had to come up with something. The kids and the women wanted to know something. You had to come up with something out there, didn't you? Or no? I don't know what it is.
They had to figure it out. They were much more advanced than we are. So
interesting. Definitely smarter. Definitely, weren't polluting the world with plastics. Chopping down all the trees. They had sense enough to replant and move and things of this nature. I can't relate to the noises. I have nothing to say but the noise when somebody zell me for a tow. The humming sounds electrical. Its wires are under the ocean. Anyone can live off the land, thus the illegal immigrants. H. Moultrie.
That's a lie. Everybody can't live off you can't live off the land.
Well, if he had the proper training and wherewithal, you know what I mean? He just had to have some way to get that PlayStation fired up. You know what I mean? Have some diesel fuel for that tow truck out there.
For the most part, society be in trouble without the grocery store.
Those sounded like trumpets, bro.
Definitely sounded like horns. There's no way around that.
Now,
one of them did sound like a trumpet, and there was like a bugle type of sound.
Yeah, and there's like I don't want to play it, but there's footage of people talking about it, talking about what they hear. Like these are regular everyday people, and they're like, certain towns, and they hear it. It doesn't sound exactly, as loud as that, but I've heard a frequency. So I hear it every now and then here, but I mainly heard it when we were in that apartment in Hyde Park. And I would ask my wife, like, man, do you hear that? And she's like, no. I'm like, man, you don't hear that? It's like, no. I'm like, you don't hear that humming? It didn't bother me though. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like where it was constant or where it was almost like soothing. It was just, you're looking around for the source of it, and you can't find a source of it. And,
Low
But it wasn't.
fre-
My bad. Go ahead. It
low-
wasn't
low-
that.
Low frequencies travel in all directions the same. So finding the source of it can be, unless it's in plain sight, difficult. And smaller frequencies are larger waves. So they travel much farther too. So that also makes location difficult.
Have you ever heard anything?
I've heard some things that I didn't hear none of the trumpet sounds. I heard low frequency.
Yeah. Like a little buzz.
Yeah, but it was low. The fuck?
What happened? See,
What
you
is
make-
that? No, I'm
Oh.
talking about that's the sound. And when I heard it, I was like, what the,
Yeah.
what is that?
So why do you think? I know we said we don't know, but I think I forgot what it was. It was like 13%. Like everybody don't hear it.
I mean,
It's not a coincidence.
It's not, but perception is decided in the mind. The frequency could be in their ear, and if they don't know what they're listening for, they don't know what they're listening for. They don't hear it. You say, you don't hear that? You can't really describe what it is. Describing sounds is difficult, especially just a low vibration sound. And people see, feel, taste all kinds of things that they don't perceive. So I'm not surprised that everybody doesn't. There's a lot of people that's stuck in the matrix. And then there are some people that are just parts of this matrix. They're not even actually souls. So wouldn't expect them to hear it.
Yeah, and break down the Self Love Nation. And you guys, there's a poll question up on TATN. If you guys could take the poll question, we're going to get the results later. But science of self, real quick, self love for the people.
Science of self. We are all one being. It's one consciousness. Faking separateness to experience and grow. And just as our bodies are composed of millions and trillions of cells, we are each a cell of the creator of this matrix. So be careful how you treat each other, because it's you. It's only we. Science of self. And everybody is, because we fake the separateness, everybody come as individuals with specialties, just like we have specialty cells that form organs, form white blood cells and red blood cells. So it makes a difference. And the truth is, some of us are cancer cells and detrimental to the whole. And the body has ways to deal with them. Yeah. It's all as above, so below. So like prisons probably would be like tumors.
And everybody hit that thumbs up. That's the science. So smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. Make sure you smash it and take that poll. We're gonna give you guys time to get the poll question. You know, Revelations is ... Revelations is click that response on the poll. Yeah. One thing you'll find interesting stuff. I know I found it interesting. And I didn't try this because I didn't happen to have one and never thought about it when I was hearing the sound. People report that to make this, because some people, it drives them crazy, to make the sound stop, they wear a tin hat. I wish I wasn't making this up. You like that? What a matrix. If this is a matrix, boy, that's diabolical. You put that tin hat on out there. You put that damn tin hat on.
Oh my God.
They say the tin hat blocks the source. And if that's the case, then it's something communicating to the brain. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. Okay, that's where the tin hat came from. Okay.
No, I don't think that's the source of the tin hat. That's not the source of the tin hat theory.
I think it is.
No.
Partial. It's got to be.
The source of it is that people are controlling your brain, right? Wire through. Right.
So that,
that theory, that could be the reason. But the tin hat had existed before these humming sounds and before people. That's what I'm saying. It's a coincidence that the tin hat was the solution for the sound. What I'm saying is the tin hat existed before people were saying they heard the sound. It's not why the tin hat was created, is what I'm saying.
Okay, how were the tin hat people being controlled from the outside? It had to be some frequency or something. So I'm saying it. I think it coincides personally, but because I don't think the hum just started. I just don't think that.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying that the tin hatters existed before
the humming.
Somebody decided put a tin hat on, and then and allegedly, yes, this is remarkable.
I just need to figure out how and what sound was the tin hat blocking initially.
Yeah, you have to do some research on the on the tin hat.
I think it could be the same. It's still trying to control us with that, I think.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's always possible. I'm getting to we'll go to the poll question. All right, you guys, I hope you got your votes in, because if you don't vote, you suck. You go to the TATN and it should pop up. Click on your subscriptions. It should pop up. All right, here we go. The poll question is, the book of Revelation is. Okay. The book of Revelation is. Your options are science fact, science fiction, religious mumbo jumbo, we are in the last days, or hopeful. The book of Revelations is science fact, science fiction, religious mumbo jumbo, we are in the last days, hopeful. All right. Now, I'm looking at science fact. 29% of the respondents said science fact. 0% said science fiction. Found that captivating. 14% said religious mumbo jumbo out there. It's mumbo jumbo. 43% said we are in the last days. Now, of course, you can respond, we are in the last days, and still feel like Revelations is what? Religious mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
But then, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The last days, there had to be something primordial man thought about. You're the first family and you had babies. So how long can we keep this going at the end? You know what I mean? The whole concept of last days, like who comes up with that? Why? You know, your last days is when you leave, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. 43% said we're in the last days, and 14% said hopeful. The book of Revelations is hopeful. Yeah. Me personally, I chose hopeful. I know everybody look at it and they see this and that. It's a medicine. Some may call it a choline. It's a treatment of planet Earth out there. You know, you might go to the doctor. So if you got an ailment, you got too many black bacteria, you know, black is always bad. And they give you some drugs or something to cool it. But I'm saying hopeful from the standpoint of the whole good versus evil thing, you know, kind of like the end of the Matrix. You know, it's going to start back over. It's like Groundhog's Day. And you're going to be back up against it, you know, because if you didn't have evil, we all would just sit around, play video games all day and get fat. But what did you go with?
Yeah, I went with religious mumbo jumbo.
All right. We got hopeful and we got religious mumbo jumbo out there. All right, y'all. It's still not too late to get out there and vote. Let's see. Coach said, man, I ain't heard no sounds, but I guess maybe I did, but thought it was city noise. Well, yeah, there's a lot of noise pollution out there, and that's
another reason why people don't hear it.
Yeah. Yes. Just like we don't see it.
They don't know what to focus on. Like that's what I said. That's what I was talking about. Perceiving is something else. Because you can be listening to the same frequency, but I don't know what you're hearing.
And I think when you're meditating and doing things like that stuff, it opens you up, opens that perception, those perceptions up. You know, you're able to get into the gap. And I remember I used to do pregame visualizations and it'd get freaky. It's like deja vu. You're like, oh, I've seen this. Right. Yeah.
Here it is. I was looking for that.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is.
Help.
There it is. There it is. You know. Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, we got 43% said we're in the last days. 29% said it's signed fact. So, I mean, you know, some of those last days can be hopeful, you know, and they also can believe religious mumbo jumbo, and we're in the last days. Can also believe science fact. Now, religious mumbo jumbo, just because you say religious mumbo jumbo doesn't mean you don't believe these are the last days. Doesn't mean you do, but
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't think these are the last days.
Coach said maybe trains because they weigh more and vibrate the ground. Yeah, but people are hearing it outside of cities. I mean, trains run through the country, but
they're hearing it where there's no plausible explanation for this noise.
You know a train, you know a jet when you hear it, right? So if you're not going to hear a train that you hear every day going by,
and what I heard was it had no plausible explanation. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's
big science can't figure it out.
There ain't no underground trains where I'm at, or you know.
No. No, big science can't figure it out. you know. But these sounds, are these the sounds of revelations?
Yeah. Like I said, I think there's someone trying to make that book appear to happen. Period. Their goal is to wipe out most of the population of the planet. And that's basically what that book is saying. Got a Project Blue Beam, I think it's Blue Beam, where, you know, fake an alien invasion and cause some of these things to appear to happen. Oh, speculatively though. That's, you know, allegedly. That's what's planned. So, allegedly.
Or they can know the aliens are coming and they're continuously trying to program our minds by telling us about things like Project Blue Beam, and so that we won't believe what we actually see.
Yeah, they're saying that the Blue Beam is supposed to be like the coming of Christ. So it's supposed to be a Christ-like figure. Some alien stuff happens, and then some, you know, problem solution type thing.
Right. No, I'm fully understanding that. But they have no solution to alien technology. I believe both can exist.
Yeah, they have alien technology that they've from craft.
So on the one hand, they've got alien technology.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, they're going to fake an alien.
Yeah, that's how they're going to fake it, because they're going to have their technology. They've from so-called crashed things, and saying alien meaning not from this part of the plane, not from outer space, but from this part of the plane, and extraterrestrial, and this is terrestris, so-called. So extra is outside of that.
Not from Earth.
Yes. Yes, not from this. Yeah. So they have come here because we do some dumb shit that can affect them. And we've crashed some of their technology, even though it's far superior. We've crashed, so they've crashed, and we backtracked it and figured out. That's why a lot of technology improved rapidly, because of craft that crashed.
I live by the red line and now Metro. I was 5 blocks away from the red line. Man, the Metro ran right through my backyard. When I was in Hyde Park, literally through my backyard.
Yeah. But that ain't the sounds we hearing, Coach.
No. Although I was living right next to the train when I was hearing it. But I said I've heard it.
You heard it. You heard the train. You know the train. This was different than the train.
And I've heard it. And I've heard it here.
Yeah. It's different.
Not as much.
The train. It was different from the train.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We know the red line, But so we've reached the end of today's podcast on the Curious Sounds of Revelations Unpacked. I guess I should answer the question. Are those the sounds of revelations? It's interesting. It's interesting. It's perplexing. I don't want to be Chicken Little out there. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. But one thing you got to remember, eventually the sky fell. Chicken Little was just ahead of his time out there. It wasn't his fault. Nobody believed him later on. That being said, big ups to Chicken Little. But My answer to that is could be. You know, I don't have enough. I didn't get anything from Spirit on this. All I can say is could be. The hum is fascinating, and it's a perplexing mystery that has not yet been fully explained by big science. Of course, they don't talk about it at the big churches. You know, it's a sound that challenges our perception of reality and raises questions about the impact of human activity on Earth. What do you guys think about the hum? Do you hear it or not? Do you have any ideas or hypotheses about its origin and purpose? We hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Self Love Show. Stay tuned for more impactful episodes where we shall explore more mysteries, myths, legends, and conspiracy truths out there found around the world. Until then, keep asking why. Do you have any stories or anecdotes related to the hum you'd like to share? If so, drop that feedback, questions, or suggestions for any free full episodes or guests. Drop it in the comments, or you can, hit us at the number that's pinned in the chat. We'd love to hear from you and learn more about your thoughts, opinions, and concerns. Remember, ask not what culture can do for you, but what you can do for Pookie and Ray Ray. As always, question everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Dorothy. Stick your neck down that rabbit hole. Do your own research. Use discernment and caution, because sometimes when you stare into that abyss, it's going to stare right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect out there. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect out there.
Facts.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and provide the riddle key, the solution. Corch, your way of thinking was right. You just didn't give it too much thinking, because I know you got Fox blaring in the background. You're playing the game. You got music going. Everything.
Sand?
No, it's not sand. It's not sand. Parachute.
Okay.
Parachute. I know it's a little
I heard
far-fetched.
that. Yeah, I heard that. But yeah, parachute that didn't open. I
Yeah, it
heard
didn't
that
open
in
out
my
there.
head, but that didn't.
You didn't pull it.
No, because they were just in the damn desert.
He's like, that guy didn't pull it. You know what I mean? He probably didn't pull his thing. Yeah. Yeah. Parachute out there. Parachute. All right. And we're working on another one of Self Love's great guests. We'll let you know. We don't have anything booked to concrete yet. What's that genre? What's this whole shebang? What's
He's
his
an
deal?
activist. He's a artist activist.
Black Lives Matter out there?
Huh?
Black Lives Matter?
No, but he been in Hyde Park for a long time.
Yeah, I think I
with
have. I
people.
probably know him.
Yeah.
Artivist. That's the word I created on the
artivist,
Self Love
yeah.
Show.
Right.
Artivist. Artivism.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
All right. Yeah. But otherwise, Chirac.
Radio show.
Okay.
Podcast. Used to be on HBK.
HBK was my shit, boy.
Used to host some of the open mics.
Or HBK, I mean, when they started, they had a pulse of the guys in the city. They had the pulse, didn't they?
Man, you'll be pissed off right now. They need, only need like 20 grand or something like that to run it, and the school wants to give them $2 grand. It's ridiculous, because they order lunch that's more than $2 grand. I mean, they order lunch that's more than 20 grand, the budget that they need for the year. They don't want to do it. But need to let him talk about that because he's
Don't
on top of
surprise
it.
me. Yeah, otherwise, though, we got a term Chirac. A lot of us may not like them in Iraq. So we're going to talk peaceful solutions. Corch likes to talk about, the Middle East and what's going on over there. So we're basically going to be comparing the pendulum of, why don't they just stop killing each other compared to, well, in the Middle East, why don't they what? Just stop killing each other.
Yeah, well, the book y'all love so much, the Bible says there will never be peace there. And I personally can't see how it can be when they just cut out some land and put some people someplace who have superior technology and such and use it and has planned to get rid of everybody else since the time they got there. It's
What are you talking about? The Ark of the Covenant?
no. I'm talking about the Ashkenazis.
Oh. Well, I think it's about time for me to go into a cave and, find some shrooms. Okay. And have a vision. And, you know what I mean about things that's going on in Chicago. I want to talk about it, just because they got on army uniforms. I mean, you have to understand because people say, well, Israel's just defending themselves, Well, I mean, I'm not going to say yes or no because I don't know what started it. It's the same thing you talk about on the block. It's the same thing, it's been going on for so many generations now. Go ahead.
This specifically event is saying that Hamas bombed them. But I question everything. And I know it's not beyond the Zionists to do that, to get to their goals. And blame somebody else, have a scapegoat.
Oh yeah, we discussed that on the last show.
Yeah.
I can't say I disagree with that. But if they didn't do it, and if this was just pulled off by Hamas, one would say, oh, they attacked Israel.
Okay, then you kill all the civilians?
Well, then you would say
Gaza Strip is at least 50% children, because
well, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'm not here to, I'm just saying there's a pendulum that's swinging out there. And this is where we're going to get into, next show. And we're going to do the comparisons between a pendulum that's going in the city. Whether you're doing it in Jerusalem or Chirac, that thing's swinging. But that's why I said I'm going to a cave with the mushrooms and have a vision. Because you said they're over there fighting because of the two different books, the Quran and the Holy Bible. I'm gonna have a vision and jot something down for the city of Chicago. This is why they're fighting. And once we complete the show next week,
for correctness, they're not fighting for the Bible; they're fighting for the Torah.
Yeah,
first 5 books of the Bible.
Yeah,
which
First Testament.
Quite interesting is it doesn't mention Jews.
Old Testament. Well, there'd be no need to mention anyone.
It says Israel in Hebrews, but
right.
Yeah, so it doesn't say Jews or Jewish or anything. Not one mention in any of those books. Just interesting.
Yeah. Definitely interesting.
They claim those books though.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be unpacking. And next week, or before the Bears game on Sunday, on Mouthpiece Included, right here on TATN, we go live and we talk shit about sports and politics. It's politics. So jump on. A lot of Bears talk. You know, Bilbo Baggett. I'm like Tyson. I might say I'm a soldier at war. So we got Bilbo versus Just in Time, JF1. Who knows? But it's an open forum. You can always pull up. If you do pull up, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. So since they're going to ding us anyway, words, all is one well. Well done, good brother. As per usual. Well to the done. Yes, sir. Right. Coach had some chatter in there. He said ain't Israel's land, you know. Hey, that's what I be telling the guys, though. This ain't your land. You don't own this block. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't the Palestinians' land either, though. But
exactly, it's a lot of parallels. That's what I'm saying. Y'all dying over turf. There's a lot of parallels going on. We're gonna connect those dots next week on the Self Love Show, unless of course we have our honored guest in the building. So, Zodiac, y'all, check that brother out. K.A. Zodiac.
Dope MC.
Spell with a K. Zodiac.
Do you think you are the one?
Yeah,
honestly, I don't know.
I do. I know.
You know what that means? It's Latin.
It
means know thyself.
Know thyself. Bullets, a boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder and suicide.
Yeah, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
Fuck 12. Slave. Slave period. Free, ego over here. Slavery.
No doubt. The charity plus humility times love is freedom.
My soul is like a living drummer, mastering the earthly. I wasn't in their lessons and they passed.
Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
Fear's cap. It's all in your head.
Man, it's all there is love.
Fear is the highest form of love.
So do something charitable for a so-called enemy and in a beef.
It's time to make the people aware.
You know, we say at the Self Love Show, healthy people heal thy people.
We also say for sure that we know hurt people gonna try to hurt people. Move accordingly.
Sadly but true. Sadly but true. Free the old man. Free Larry Hoover.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys.
Prison of slavery.
Salad bar, spit a notch of average hard here to bring you
back
to God. Said it just like Master Far sent you. The N ain't
walk on H2O.
Bring it back to stars, Mr. Zodiac.
Yeah, man. Move mountains.
Canopy, I'm glad our hearts differ. Unique and all expressing this a classic art picture. For
oh, mountain.
Oh yeah.
Sitting at the bar with another glass.
All we need is the faith of a mustard seed. We do this every week, so you know we got way more than that. That right there is gonna get right out of the way. We'll be on our way.
calling all sages.
Mustard seed, huh?
Haters in the temple of
Yes,
the
sir.
mental. This is all a false matrix, hoping that the Lord save us, bringing back our pure status. Our pure
That's a
state,
huge
man,
mountain, bro.
I will eat the right foods that
Hey,
I grow
man.
myself. 'Cause the wrong
Right
way
now, I
stole
got the
my
faith
health. I'm glad
of
to
the
be me,
state of
not nobody
Illinois,
else.
size of Illinois.
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods
We gonna
that I
get
grow
there,
myself.
step by step.
'Cause the wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me, now nobody else.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through.
Still got him.
Got mine. The ignorant.